Good morning and Jai Hind children. I welcome you all in today's live class of biology. Okay children, we are discussing the chapter transportation of materials in plants and in animals. Is it? And in previous class, I have explained you the book exercise A, that is choose most appropriate answer. Is it children? So I hope that all of you understood all the answers. Now today I am going to start the next book exercise, that is very short answer question. And here you have to write the answer in just in one word in your book only, not in notebook. Get it children? So let's start the exercise, that is very short answer questions. And the question number one is transportation of nutrients in unicellular organisms occurs by. Children, please read the question once again. Transportation of nutrients in unicellular organism. In which organism? Unicellular organism occurs by. So, how it occurs, children? Yes, it occurs by the process of diffusion. So you have to write the answer. The transportation of nutrients in unicellular organisms occurs by diffusion. Okay children? Now the second. The question number second is through which process is water and dissolved minerals, salts transported from the root to other parts of the plant? Okay, children. So the name of that process you have to write here. And remember that we have discussed question number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 in previous class. Okay. And rest of the questions are left. So once again I am going to revise all these. So the answer of first one is diffusion. And the second one, the name of that process is ascent of sap. Alright children, the answer will be ascent of sap. So this is the process by which liquid, or you can say that water and mineral salts dissolved in water transported in plants. Get it? Now the question number 3 is which tissue is involved in transportation of food in plants? Okay, as you know that there are two kinds of vascular tissues found in plant. The one is xylem and second one is phloem. So here in this question you have to write the name of tissue which is responsible for transportation of food, and that tissue is phloem tissues. Okay, so the answer of third will be phloem. Now, the question number 4, and the 4 is which tissue is responsible for transportation of materials in human body? Okay, children, in human body, which tissue is responsible for circulation or transportation of the material? So, we have the tissue which is responsible for transportation of different materials like oxygen, carbon dioxide and the food materials and all, and that tissue is blood. Okay. And next, the question number 5 is in the heart which chambers have thicker walls, the auricles or the ventricles? So children, remember that our heart have two auricles and two ventricles. Is it? Auricles are in upside and ventricles are in downwards. So out of these two, which have the thicker walls? So simply the answer will be ventricles, because ventricles need to pump the blood to all parts of the body, and that is why they have the thicker walls. Okay children? Get it? So this much answers we already have discussed in previous class. Now come to the next, that is question number 6. Okay, and the question number 6 is, digested food, oxygen and carbon dioxide can pass through the walls of the capillaries. It is true or false? Children, remember the structure of arteries, veins and capillaries. The capillaries are very thin vessels, is it? Which have very thin walls. And through this thin wall of capillaries, the substances are going to exchange. It may be carbon dioxide, it may be oxygen, or it may be the digested food. Okay, so this statement is true. Okay, now the question number 7, and this question is, which protein present in red blood cells is responsible for the transportation of oxygen? As children, we know that our blood is responsible to carry the oxygen as well as carbon dioxide. Okay, so this oxygen is carried because of the presence of a protein in our blood. That protein gets combined with oxygen and carry it to all the parts of body, and the name of that protein is, yes, it is hemoglobin, and it is red in color. That is why our blood looks red in color. So the name of that protein who carry oxygen is hemoglobin. Understood children? Okay, now come to the question number 8. The color of the red blood cells is due to the pigment. Which pigment? You have to give the name, the pigment, because of that the color of red blood cells are red. So just right now I have told it is red because of the presence of a protein, and the name of that protein or pigment is hemoglobin. So in question number 8 you have to answer hemoglobin also. Now, come to the question number 9. Okay, and the question number 9 is, do not fall ill every time. Okay, and harmful bacteria enter your body because certain cells in the body can kill the bacteria. So, name the cells. Understood children the question? So first understood the question. In question it's given that as the bacteria enter in our body, so we not fall ill every time. Sometime we fall ill because our body have a type of cells, a kind of cells who fight with the bacteria or who kills those bacteria. Okay, so the name of those cells you have to write here. So the name of these cells are white blood cells. Is it? White blood cells. In short form, you can write WBCs. Get it, children? So this is the answer of question 9. White blood cells. Now, the next question number 10 is, the upper two chambers of the heart are, and the lower two chambers are. You have to write the name of these chambers of heart. As we have discussed, our heart have 4 chambers. Upper two chambers are known as auricles and lower two chambers are known as ventricle. Okay, so one auricle and one ventricle in left side and one auricle and one ventricle in right side. Get it children? So here you have to write the answer. The upper two chambers are auricles. And and the lower two chambers are ventricles. Get it? Okay. Now come to the question number 11. And the question number 11 is, name the blood vessels which carry blood towards the heart. Okay children, the blood vessel who carry the blood towards the heart means who brings the blood to the heart, and the name of that blood vessel is veins. Okay, as in the chapter we have discussed, there are three kind of blood vessels: arteries, veins and capillaries. Is it? Arteries carry the blood from heart and veins carry the blood to heart. Okay, and the joining of these two arteries and veins are the capillaries where the materials gets exchanged. So in question number 11 you will write the answer as veins. Okay children? Okay. Now come to the next question number 12, and the question number 12 is, the stretching and relaxing of arteries with each heartbeat is felt as throbbing, and what it is called. Children, please read the question once again, then give the answer. As we know that the blood is going to pump by our heart continuously. Okay, so the question is there, the stretching and relaxing of arteries. Our arteries are going to stretch and relax continuously because of flow of blood. So here you have to write that these stretching and relaxing of the arteries with each heartbeat is felt as throbbing. We feel it as a throbbing, and this is known as pulse. So what it is known as, children? This throbbing of the arteries due to the heartbeat is known as pulse. Okay, and this pulse is observed because of the stretching and relaxing of arteries. So the answer number 12 is pulse. Get it? Alright. Now come to the question number 13. And the question number 13 is, oxygenated blood is found on the which side of the heart? Left side or right side? Children, as we have discussed, there are auricles and ventricles, and one auricle and one ventricle in left side and one auricle and one ventricle in right side. So here you have to write that the oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means the blood in which oxygen is present, or oxygen rich blood is known as oxygenated blood. So this oxygenated blood is found on which side? Left side or right side of the heart? Get it? So it is found in left side, children. Okay? The left side of the heart, the oxygenated blood is found, because in left side the oxygenated blood comes from the lungs and gets pumped to all parts of the body. Okay, and again it comes back when oxygen get utilized and it gets deoxygenated in right side of the heart, and from there it goes back to the lungs for purification. So the left side of our heart have the oxygenated blood. Get it? So the question number 13, left side. Got it, children? Now come to the question number 14. And the question number 14 is, the solid part of blood is called plasma. It is true or false? Understood, children? The solid part of blood is called plasma. Remember that the concept map we have explained there are four parts in the blood. Is it? Our blood is made up from four different parts. The one is red blood cells, second one is white blood cells, and the third one is platelets. So these three are the kind of cells. And the fourth part is plasma, which is liquid. Okay, so in liquid plasma, these three kind of cells are floating. Got it, children? So according to the question, that solid part of the blood is called plasma. Is it? No, it's false. Liquid part of blood is called plasma. Solid part is the cells like RBC, WBC and platelets. They are the cells, so they are the solid part. And the plasma is liquid part. So you can write the statement is false. Okay? Now, question number 15. And the question is, hemoglobin combines with oxygen to form carboxyhemoglobin. It is true or false? Children, the two terms are given here that you must have to understood properly. That the hemoglobin combines with oxygen. Okay? To form carboxyhemoglobin. As you know that hemoglobin is a protein which is responsible to carry oxygen. So when hemoglobin gets combined chemically with oxygen, what it forms? It forms oxyhemoglobin, not deoxyhemoglobin. Get it? So in the question it is given when hemoglobin combines with oxygen, it forms deoxyhemoglobin. So the statement will be false. And what is the correct statement? The correct statement will be it forms oxyhemoglobin. Alright, children? So the answer will be false. Now come to the question number 16. And the question is, veins connect arteries with capillaries. True or false? Okay, children? Again, read out. Veins connect arteries with capillaries. It is true or false? The arteries and the capillaries gets connected by the veins. So this statement is given that true or false. So the statement will be true because because arteries and veins, they both are connected by the capillaries. Is it? Remember the diagram that I have drawn to explain you that the structure of blood vessel. Okay, so in that structure, arteries forms the number of capillaries. Arteries get divided in number of capillaries, and again those all capillaries get joins together and forms the veins. So you can say that the arteries gets connected with the veins with capillaries. Get it, children? So the answer will be true. Now, the question number 17. And the question is, the only function of sweat is excretion of waste products from the body. It is true or false? Children, you know that the process of sweating, the sweating occurs from our skin. Is it? And the sweat which comes out from the sweat gland which is present just below our skin. And these sweat glands produces the excretory material, means the waste material, as well as some mineral salts also dissolve in it. So according to the question, that the only function of sweat is excretion of waste products from the body. So the statement is not completely true. The statement is false. Okay, so you will write the answer false. Alright, now come to the next question number 18. And the question is, name the tiny filtering tubes present in the kidneys. Remember the structure of kidney? Our kidneys have numbers of thousands of small filtering units from which the blood is going to filter and waste material gets separated. So those filtering units are known as nephrons. Alright children? What those small tiny filtering units are known as? Nephrons. So you will write the answer nephrons. Okay? Now, the question number 19. In lower animals, excretion occurs by from the body surface. Children, in lower animals are simple animals. The process of excretion takes place by which method, by which process? Because they don't have any excretory system in their body. Okay, they don't have any excretory organ. So this excretion or removal of the waste takes place from their body surface by the process of diffusion. Okay, so what is the name of that process, children? It is diffusion. So write the answer, diffusion. Okay, now the question number 20. This is the last question of your one word kind of questions. And the question is, if someone's kidneys are damaged, doctors remove waste from the body by. How the waste materials get removed from the body if the person's kidneys are not functional, it's get damaged. So which method adopted by doctors to remove the waste material? So the name of that process is, children, dialysis. Yes. So the dialysis is the method by which the waste materials gets removed out from the body of a person whose kidneys are not functioning. They are gets damaged. So the name of process is dialysis. Get it, children? So these all are your very short answer questions, whose answers you need to write in one word only, in book only. Okay, not in notebook. Got it, children? So I hope that you understood these all answers. Now come to the next exercise of the book. And the next exercise is exercise number C. That is short answer question. Short answer questions. Here you have to write the answer just in one or two sentence. Okay, children? And this you need to write in your notebook. Get it? So come to the question number 1. And the question number 1 is, in what ways are xylem and phloem important for transportation of materials in plants? Got it, children? The meaning of the question. In what ways are xylem and phloem important for transportation of materials in plants? As we know that, as we already have discussed, xylem and phloem, these two are the vascular tissues found in the plant which are responsible for transportation of all kind of materials. Okay, so you can say that the plants have a transport system which consists of xylem and phloem. Alright, and the xylem carries water and minerals from the roots to the stems and leaves, whereas phloem carries food from leaves to all parts of the plants. Alright, so the xylem and phloem, they both together made the transport system in the plants. Okay, and as they are important for the body of plants because they both are responsible for transportation of materials. Alright, now come to the question number 2. And the question number 2 is, what is transpiration? Children, here you have to define the term transpiration. Okay, so the transpiration is the process of losing water in the form of water vapor from the leaves of a plant, that is known as transpiration. Get it? We have done an activity also of transpiration. Remember? Yes. So simply just define the word, the process of losing water in the form of water vapor from the leaves of a plant is known as transpiration. Get it, children? Now, come to the next question number 3. And the question number 3 is, what is translocation? Here you have to define the word translocation. So it is a process of transport of food from the leaves to other parts of the plant. As the transpiration is the losing of water in the form of water vapor, okay, but the translocation is the process of transportation of food from the leaves to other parts of the plant. Get it? Children, as you know that during photosynthesis, the food get prepared, okay, by the leaves of the plant. So after the preparation of the leaves, food by the leaves, they need to transport to different parts of the plant. And this transportation occurs from leaves to other parts of the plant is known as translocation. Get it, children? Okay, so I hope that you understood the answer number 3. Now come to the next question number 4. And the question number 4 is, name the system responsible for transportation of materials in humans and which organs constitute this system. Children, understood the question? In this question, you have to write the name of transportation system in human beings. Okay. So what is the name of that transportation of material, that system? That is circulatory system. Is it? So the system is circulatory system, and you also have to write that the organs which constitute this system, circulatory system. So what are the organs combines together to form circulatory system? Yes, it is blood, blood vessels and the heart. So these are the three organs which combines together to form the circulatory system of our body. Get it, children? So you can write the answer as circulatory system is responsible for transportation of materials in humans, and the circulatory system consists of the blood vessels and the heart. Get it? Alright? Okay. Now come to the next. That is question number 5. Okay, children? And the question number 5 is, what prevents the blood from going in wrong direction in the heart? Understood, children? The question? Once again, I am going to read the question. So please understood it. What prevents the blood from going in wrong direction? Okay. So you have to write here the answer as the blood is get stopped or get prevented to go in wrong direction by the, yes, presence of, yes, give the answer, by the presence of walls. Where they are present? They are present in heart, okay, between the two chambers. Get it, children? So you just write the answer, the walls which are present inside the heart in between the two chambers which prevent the blood from going in the wrong direction in the heart. So the blood always moves in the heart in a particular direction. Okay, they never move in different directions. Why? Because the different chambers have the wall between them, and they are termed as valves. So only the blood can move in one direction. They cannot move in backward direction. Okay, as the blood start moving the backward direction, so what will happen? The valves get closed and stop the backward flow of the blood, and that is why the blood not moves in wrong direction in the heart. Understood, children? I hope that you understood the valves. Because of that, the blood not move in wrong direction in the heart, and these valves are present in different chambers of the heart. Got it, children? Understood? So I hope that you understood these answers which I have explained today. We have some more questions in short answer questions. So I will discuss those answers in next class. Okay? Thank you and have a nice day, children.